Eternal. I'm Huxley. Hux if you're lazy. I'm stuck. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a Meta Queen showed up. Then I ran in here, and, now the door's locked. Little... Rude? I'll be here if you change... Oh, hey! Phew. My buddy had a key, but I ain't heard him in a while. So look for a dead guy, I guess. Or a rat. Maybe... Oh!
Ah, phew. Thank you so much. It was getting all... Now I'm out here. Thanks a lot.
Trying to get us all in trouble? What do you think you're doing? Just don't make any trouble for me, okay?
They're real pretty. And they got these really big teeth.
Be careful. Anyway, what? You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete it. Oh, yes. This has been... I give...
Nonsense. Look what you've done here, Mr. Sanjar. You gotta...
Oh, you're kind. But you wouldn't say that... Oh, perhaps they were right. After all, what have I built? I hadn't thought of it that way. Thank you. Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those black... Have you any idea how powerful this is? What a question! Bureaucratic micromanagement is the only way anything gets done in Halcyon, and proper documentation is a key part of that. For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
Wait, we're dropping a bomb on the board?
Sort of. Really, we're just going to blackmail...
But really, whatever gets you excited about the idea? It's definitely a firm middle finger.
Help us with this final matter and we won't need to I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating.
The board just can't let Monarch go, huh?
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain... You really think... I admit, I've been hatching this scheme for If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. That's part of the problem. She has certain...
Don't get yourself worked up, sir. It's perfectly natural to have a help.
We really don't... Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe I...
Looks like my kind of town.
I don't like the way folks are looking at me, Captain. Like I'm a sandwich. Maybe I could stand a little closer to you.
Want to make a run with me to Stella Bay? The boss lady told me to take the night off.
Uh-huh. You blind, little bird? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
I could listen.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise. I'll be sure to remember that, little bird. Want to tell me what you need? Well? Might be I know something about it. Might be someone hired my crew to blind drop supplies on the Northern Brit. Now that I consider it, I ain't heard from my delivery team in far too long. Find them for me, and I'll pay you handsomely. And I'll thank you kindly for it. If it's one that don't mind getting dirty, then I sure do. But how am I to know whether you're reliable, if not fully trustworthy? Against my better judgment, there's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man. That aside, it's a business ripe for stars Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch. And you're this... Kill him, run him out, hit him where it hurt. Then I'd say... It'll be more... Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the Dry Goods and Sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of... May luck be with...
I don't...
Hello there. A word, if I may be so bold?
Careful! Get up!
Must have been one ugly fight.
We ought to see if anybody's still alive. They might be too weak to call for help.
Stay back. I may be wounded, but I'm still armed. How'd you get past my... Just remember, I still got bullets, in case you get any funny ideas. What are you doing? Nice to know she cares. Catherine had us making drops for some big-shot client out here. And before you ask, I don't know who they are. Or were. The whole point of making drops in the middle of nowhere was to keep their identity and whereabouts a secret. The Marauders knew we were coming. Rigged the bridge with explosives and everything. If they found us, my guess is they found the client too. Last I saw, they were heading back up the hill. You'll see it on the right. If you got the sand to go after him, I'm sure Catherine... Me? I'm...
Welcome back. Do wipe the blood and space dust from...
Hey, Felix, you like riddles?
Is that a riddle? Because the answer is yes. Hit me with another one.
Thank you again for retrieving the bolt. It's every bit as complex as I'd heard, but I'm up to the challenge. Anyway, what can I do for you? Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes. I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws. Not intentionally, though that's technically. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1. Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all...
Here, though, the results were...
And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. MSI's leadership at the time certainly thought so, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. Very well. Reforms are humane, but they're also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That...
Word of advice, Sanjar. If Parvati's got something to say, you do well to listen close.
A noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out. Oh, well, there were surely other junior executives with more open minds, though none of them had the temperament. But I was keeping my tone flat and maintaining eye contact. You weren't supposed to notice I was avoiding the subject.
This is why you've never been good with presentations, sir.
Very well. Many, many years ago, Graham Bryant and I used to be collaborators, of sorts. Indeed, for all the good it did. MSI's then leadership wasn't enthusiastic. They insisted we be... Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint... I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws.
Your first mistake was expecting the board to cut you a fair deal.
I understand the sentiment, but if we can't rely on some sort of framework, then what do we have? I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but dearly wish it functioned differently. Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Yeah, and once you go back to him, he'll own your dignity too.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation. I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then... Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship. Oh, believe me, I've learned that much. But I'm also not going to leave MSI. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations. What can I do for you? Excellent timing on your part. I worked my fingers to nubs, but I've finally completed the Bolt 52 form. I dare say it will be my second greatest achievement after the
You're getting ahead of your...
So I am. I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we... I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll...
That means no more broadcasts from us.
Do you hear that? It's the blessed sound of radio silence. I may have a secret for you, for the right exchange. Ask me what you will. There are so many members. If you try to cite me on this, I will deny. Do you understand? What I am about to reveal is the sort of information that gets a body disappeared. MSI's ownership of Monarch is technically legal, but it would give MSI too much power on the board to grant them such status. That the chairman is politically motivated to keep Monarch from being re-recognized as a legal part of the colony, and his actions as a result are highly illegal. And that is all you will get from me regarding such a deadly piece of data. Luckily, they are a curious lot, insufferable, and short-sighted too. Sanjar is not actually at fault for his past performance reviews, but he can keep hunting for loopholes to get back on the board for the next SIP. Not in his lifetime. For Nebula's sake, even with the loophole I gave him, he's only in charge of MSI because every other exec died during the massacre at Amber Heights. I gave Sanjar and Graham legal information that would allow MSI to own Terra 1 once the other corporations had abandoned the planet. The execs had their concerns, but before the matter could be resolved, pirates raided their homes in the night. Some say Graham suffers from nightmares that leave him sweat-drenched and I would assume it stems from the friends and family he You mean between MSI, the iconoclasts, and myself? I bet neither of those megalomaniacs told you I was the true mastermind behind Monarch. Back when the colony was still Terra 1 and corporations were abandoning us left and right, I'm the one who approached Sanjar and Graham with the means to our salvation. I offered them a legal way to take control of the planet. If MSI were the only corporation here, they could claim sole ownership. Precisely. The other corporations were fleeing because of the hazard clause declaring Terra 1 uninhabitable. But MSI had lagged behind, giving Sanjar and Graham an opportunity. Take over MSI, stay here while the other corps left, take over the planet. Precisely. Without me, they never would have done more than play Revolution in hushed whispers over scuzzy kale ales in the tavern. Thus, the bargain was struck. They could run MSI while I would operate Devil's. Competing ideologies. Graham believes Sanjar has become corrupted by the corporate lifestyle, that he is now similar to the original corporate executive. And Sanjar has learned the hard way that Graham is quite morally gray. Not much. Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first, who I use as a physical go-between. The rest is history. As far as what's between us, I mean. I do know this much. There is a sharper side to the good scientist than you'd expect. If allegations are to be believed, the experiments he conducts for the greater good are in fact treasonous and for self-gain. I am not convinced as to the validity of these allegations, considering the source. But I am also not unconvinced. Luckily. How? Yes, indeed. But before we get down to it, might I ask how you handled the problem, in the end?
We did what we could, as best we could. Should probably leave...
Oh, I believe it will. But the price I pay won't be to you. No, we've a bigger deal to settle. I don't doubt that you are working with Phineas, but my contract specifies I relay any acquired information to the However, to send the data, I will need your assistance in cycling the antenna's receiver, so I can input the needed adjustments. First, and twofold, this is a multi-person endeavor. I need to be here to key in the sequence to the tower sit. It's simple, truly. I merely need you to waltz outside and throw the lever to cycle the power. Terrific. I'll be here.
Testing 1, 2, check. Sweet stars. But that is a beaut. Oh, and I also dispatched Phineas his data. Impatient prick. Now I'll kindly thank you to get out. There's no need to assert your dominance. I doubt I could make you do anything you don't wish to. Look, I am well aware that at times I may have the tiniest iota of a prickly exterior. But take care.
Captain! Big flaming thingy!
Black holes. Did you see that? Looked like a UDL ship. Based on the gunnery attachments, I'd guess it's one of the board's blockade enforcers, but don't cite me on that. Oh well, a pity for the crew, but I can't see how it affects me. Hiram? Can you hear me? Did you see that? Architect saved me from swindlers and fools. Sanjar, what are you bloody doing on my channel? Did MSI or did MSI not cease broadcasting? Yes, but Hiram,
Hiram, are you there? Ah, the good captain. The truth brings us together once more. Our salvation has come. Are you mad? That's a UDL gunship. You'd probably shoot your own toes off. Par for the course, really. You should do like I did. Get out while you still we could use the gunship's armaments to defend Stellar Bay, but we need its targeting Our message is so close to breaking free of this planet and spreading to the stars. Help us secure that module and we will save our colony. Listen, I don't care a single whit what you do, so long as you leave me out of it. Which means, get off my void damn channel.
Trying to kill each other?
Cross off whoever's left. Get through! Ha! Here we go! That had to hurt!
go on ahead. I'll just wait out here.
Yep. We'll be keeping watch here.
Hello. My name's Jen. I'm the chief engineer on this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead. I told him again that without fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely random direction. Well, here we are. Thinking we'll hit... soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. I'm holding up because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
What do you think you're...
If the iconoclasts reach that... I don't suppose you've found the targeting module. Excellent! At last, we have what we need.
It looks like the iconoclasts followed you. I have word they're gathering in the ruins outside of town.
I'm afraid we've got to fight them. It looks like this Wait, you can't just leave us to face them alone!
It actually would be very imprudent. We don't... So they will definitely get that module and...
She's actually quite right about all of that. As much...
Sir, we really...
Right.
Welcome back. Do wipe the blood and space dust from your feet in the entry bay. We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honor?
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting. Oh, I understand it must seem impossible to you. Infiltrate Byzantium, the crown jewel of the colony. Steal a batch of rare chemicals from a heavily guarded estate. In order to do the impossible, you must first divide it into a series of smaller, less impossible tasks. Yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find. You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway.